Men, do you find it hard on a daily basis to honor your own needs? And you're actually saying to yourself right now, thinking like I've insulted you, like, Jesse, you don't even get it. Hi, I'm Jesse, and this is the Valiant Lifestyle. And in this episode, I am going to talk about you honoring your own needs. How does a blended family dad honor his own needs? There are many steps to that. But let me get to this first. If this is your first time watching me, welcome. There is no one dedicated like I am to go through and persevere like I am. And I have got the evidence to show you that. And if this is your first time, I would like to invite you to subscribe, hit the little bell notification right here. And what that does, when you hit all, it will send you all notifications when my content is available to you. All right. And if this is the familiarth time where you've seen me, welcome back, my friend. Welcome back, brother. It is a pleasure to have you again. All right. So what are we talking to today? How does a blended family dad honor his own needs? Here we go. This is not an easy question to answer right off the bat, but it is actually easier than you think. Where do you want to start with this? Well, here's where I'm going to start. First thing is asking yourself about the commitment to your own worth and your own self when it comes to, I really want to get this done. What does that mean? It means having a goal. And I don't want you to think about all the goals that you've got to get to in the run of a day or in your life. Just do one. Just set one right now. And then tell another brother about them so that you form some sort of accountability bond. And then the next thing is, you got to carry it out because you just committed. You just committed out loud with your other brother. Now you got to do it. Just do it. The hardest thing you got to do is getting over the hump in your brain to do it. It is even more simple than you would think. Okay, let me set the stage for you and let me give you a couple of examples here. When you honor your own needs, you no longer have to worry about so much resentment in your life because you're not going through life in this autopilot, I'm not doing enough for myself. You are actually doing yourself a service by honoring those needs. So what does that mean? First thing is speaking your truth. When things come up for you, don't hide them. Don't play small. Make sure that you speak your truth when you've got to talk to somebody. What does that mean? When your wife triggers you, or when you say something that needs to be heard to a buddy, don't stop short of yourself. Get it all out. Here's the deal though. Do not make it about them. Take responsibility for all your thoughts, for what's going on, so that they know that this is all about you, because otherwise it comes off as an accusation. So when it comes time to honoring your own needs, speak your truth always. Because when you don't, it gets stuck in your body and it ends up in your pain points, and I end up digging them out and it hurts physically. Second thing, take responsibility for you. That means taking responsibility for the goal you set. The goal you set is every day this week you want to do something that is related to lifting weights, or it is just as simple as getting up early. When the alarm clock goes off, get up and get after it. Get up at the 5 o'clock or get up at the 7:30. Don't sit there and put this and keep smashing the snooze button. Actually, you know what? I would ask you to break that little snooze button so that you don't have the tendency, you don't have the want to push it so that you take yourself away from whatever that goal is. If the goal is getting up early this week, that's what you're doing. You're not hammering at this snooze button. If the goal is to lifting some weights this week, it doesn't matter what you lift. If you're going to lift something every day, just lift something. Just anything. Anything. It could be 50 pounds to 150 pounds. It could be benching 150 pounds to 200 pounds. Whatever it is. It could be just as little as picking up a couple of 15 pounders. Who cares? But you're going to lift something. Lifting this week is my goal. One goal. Stick to one goal. Third thing is, and there's a fine line with this one. If your goal is to lift weights this week, but what you've done is you've missed a day, don't promise yourself you're going to do double the next day, because what you're going to do is you're going to set yourself up for fail. Go through with okay, I'm still committing to tomorrow, and I'm still committing to the original number. Like, I'm going to lift 100 pounds. Okay, I'm going to bench 100 pounds, whatever that is. Okay? Don't add to it, because what you do is you form a chore in your head, and that becomes some sort of consequence or penalty or punishment. And what that will do, my man, is it will set off some sort of program. It'll set off the switch inside of you, which will ultimately, the next day, it will deter you from doing that. You won't do it, or you may just say, I'm going to do it the next day. See, what you're doing is you're setting precedents not to do it. You're actually, for the lack of better words, you're setting a goal not to do it. And you've got the evidence of not doing it. So you can do the opposite of what you wanted to do, which was anti-goal. See how powerful you are? So it is actually going the other way. You are showing yourself evidence of, oh yeah, this is what it's like not to do it. Okay, all right. And I will give myself a reason or an excuse. If I don't want to do it, there is a back door. And since I did it the other day, it wasn't so bad because I wasn't able to punish myself nor hold myself accountable. See how complicated it gets? Because you can't split yourself into two people and go, okay, this part of Jesse is accountability. This part of Jesse is letting him off the hook. And the accountable Jesse will come along and say, hey, get back at it. You missed this day. Don't do that again. Because there's what is inside of you called a bias or a let yourself off the hook. All right? Take it from the let yourself off the hook guy. I've done that a few times. And every now and then I do it again and again. But what I get better at is setting my goals when it comes to getting them done. And there are some that I don't get done. Let's digress from there. Okay, what's the third thing that you want to get after? Okay, you've set a goal. You're speaking your truth. What's the third thing that you really want to do when it comes to honoring your own needs? You've got to look after your health. You've got to develop a mindset that I'm going to look after my health. You've got to sign a little contract or bond with yourself to do that. Go to a paper. Put something down on paper. Scratch something down there. And when you get it down, I am going to commit to looking after my mental and physical health. And that means that I am going to work out on a regular, and it will be Monday to Friday, and the weekends I am taking off. That's okay. That's okay. But just get some consistency in there. All right. So what have we got so far? Speaking your truth. Setting one goal. Doesn't have to be 3 because you set yourself up to, or it can be, whatever works for you. But don't make it too complicated. Just start with 1. And the third thing is what? committing to a mindset of taking care of your health, because that is going to help you forge some sort of contract to get all of this done. You see how that goes? This is how a blended family dad honors his own needs. What I did, what I wasn't doing August, September, October, is I didn't have anything written on paper, nor did I have anyone but my wife to hold me accountable to my goals. A, I didn't have any written on paper, and B, she didn't know about my goals because I didn't have any written on paper. So I really didn't have anyone to hold me accountable to my goals because I didn't have as many goals. Well, I didn't have goals written down. I had a lot up here. I had some in my journal spliced throughout, but I didn't have the ones that I really needed that were specific and honed down until November. So that has helped me immensely to honor my own needs within this blended family, because what I'm doing is I am preparing and I am leading my family in a direction of success and where I want to go, where I want us to go. And what they're doing is they're watching me. My wife and my kids are watching me, and they're following and they're taking notes. They're not scribbling them down, by the way. They're watching with body language. They're watching with actions to see what I do, because that becomes their template in life on how they forage their own. And maybe it's not even exactly how I do it, but it gives them an idea of some sort of reference point. It gives them an idea of an example of, oh, that's what J-Daddy's doing. That's what Daddy is doing. That is what Jesse is doing. Okay, I'm not going to do that, but I'm going to do this instead. I am not going to do daily push-ups, but I am going to do squats instead. Or I'm not going to do daily sit-ups and lunges. I'm going to get on the rebounder instead. That's essentially what it looks like. That's essentially what it looks like. All right, so if this made sense to you and resonated, even if it didn't, maybe it's time for you to hit the little red button that says book my 30-minute discovery call. And that is when you go to my website to find it, thevaliantlifestyle.com, and we book that for you. We book that for you, and we charge ahead. We forge a plan. We forge some goals. We get things done so that you honor your own needs, my man, in that blended family. Because what I've discovered is we need supportive men around us in order to be successful. You cannot do this alone. You cannot do this alone. It's going to take an army of people around you in order for you to be successful, to be the success you want to be. That's what I'm learning. All right. I have said enough. Thank you for watching me. And as I always say, let's do this.